1.
All rise for the court.
Well, we're not in there yet. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Let's Play Danganronpa. We are at the 4th trial, and we're going to quickly look through the truth bullets so Legend knows what's going on.
Alright, so the victim was Sakura Ogami. Time of death, noon. Body discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. Evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood.
Yeesh.
And it should also be noted that she was vomiting this blood not in the place where her body was found.
Yeah.
Also, that blow to the head was multiplicative.
Yeah, so... Rec room door?
A chair had been jammed against the door within the rec room, blocking access from the outside. It is believed that the killer did this to create a locked room scenario.
Alright. The status of Sakura's body, we just mentioned that.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Bloodstain found in front of the shelf in magazines. The blood is presumed to be Sakura's. There's currently no explanation for how a bloodstain would have appeared
Sorry?
so far away from where the victim was found.
Alright.
If you thought that your YouTube video was corrupting somehow, I apologize. And laugh.
Alright. Next.
Okay, so polka dot candy wrapper. At one point, Aoi had been injured and taken to the nurse's office. After she was taken care of, she gave a piece of candy to Sakura, which had this type of wrapper. According to Aoi, she had monopolized this candy as soon as it became available, so obtaining a piece would have been difficult to impossible.
Alright.
So how the hell did Hiro have one? Or why did he have one? There were pieces of red glass scattered near the table in the rec room. After finding the top and bottom pieces, it is concluded the shards must have come from a bottle.
Okay.
Though I can say that there's a good chance that there might be more to this, given that, well, it might be detailed in a different part of the evidence. Figure on the floor. A Monokuma figure found lying on the rec room floor. It would fit roughly in the palm of your hand.
Alright.
Okay. Number of red bottles on a shelf in the rec room. Each side bottle was it?
Was a Monokuma figure. Additionally, there seems to be some kind of unknown correlation between the bottles.
Okay. An empty protein drink was found near the rec room door. The container had a label reading Chem A2. The shards of glass from the window that was broken to get into the room were found both around and underneath the container.
Alright, locker handprint.
A fresh handprint was found inside the rec room's open locker. And I should note, there's one on the back and there are two on the front.
Yep, since the locker was open before the locker room, there's no way someone was hiding in there before they arrived. Okay, Sakura had written notes to all three assholes.
Toko, I wouldn't say is an asshole so much as she's just a psychopath.
Yeah.
She's just a psychopath.
She slid these notes under each of the person's room's doors. Byakuya confirmed that he received Sakura's note, but also claimed he never went to see her. In fact, he had not seen her at all that day. Toko is claiming the same thing. And then we found a bit of pocket trash from Yasuhiro's pocket. Yellow powder on Sakura's foot.
Presumed to be from the chem lab.
Yep.
So it was Sakura who went to go and get this stuff.
Yeah. Sakura suffered 2 blows to the head, not 1. Blood was found in either of her hands.
All of the Monokuma bottles appeared to be roughly the same weight. However, when the bottle shards were weighed against an intact bottle, the shards were found to be heavier.
And then, the dying message inside the magazine that was upside down and hidden back on the magazine rack.
It is assumed that whoever wrote it used their finger to do so.
Okay, Chem Lab shelf.
On the shelf in the Chem Lab, Section A contains supplements, Section B contains reagents, and Section C contains harmful chemicals. A bottle of poison labeled as Section C had been placed in Section A of the shelf, which is
weird.
Unusual. A broken bottle in front of the Chem Lab shelf, which was labeled Chem C4. The powder on the floor is assumed to have come from this. According to Byakuya, the powder would had to have been spilled after the incident took place.
And then footprints in the powder had to be spilled. Footprints in the powder were spilled in the Chem Lab. These footprints appear to be only near the leftmost section of the shelf. This can be assumed that the suspect had only had business with that area. And that's pretty much it. And with that, we shall go through the red doors.
To our doom!
There's so few. Monokuma made his announcement, and everyone began to meet up one after another. And then...
Oh, God.
I'm the ultimate martial artist. Locked room murder mystery.
Winky face.
What?
What the?
Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons.
God damn it.
Like no matter how awful something is, if you toss it in a smiling face, it turns positive.
Bullshit!
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body, XD.
Actually, this is incredibly appropriate for Monokuma, but it doesn't make me feel any better.
That's just plain creepy. Oh, how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, you can put it in the sad face and it makes it look super negative. For example, you have 100 friends?
That actually works!
He's right, that does make it seem sad. Now then, please get onto the elevator.
That's also appropriate.
Can I make that emoticon too many times?
Yeah. Oh, god damn it.
I'm done. What the hell was that?
I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me.
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean.
I mean, I didn't murder anyone.
Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer?
Yeah, she would have gotten away with it.
The
Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Besides, there can be no doubt, one of us is the culprit.
killer, the one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know, and yet someone killed her.
Okay, I hate to put a really, really stupid spin on this story, but the way Sakura was sitting there, I just imagined the "she's a maniac" bucket drop. She's a maniac, maniac. And then she pulls the freaking cord.
And then instead of the bucket of water, it's an axe.
Aww! No, you ruined it, dude. You ruined it.
No, I just did what Monokuma would do. No, wait,
You're
that's...
playing too many of these games.
The elevator...
My god, I just realized how long Kyoko's hair is.
Yeah,
Damn.
technically Togo's hair is just as long, too.
Yeah, but she binds it up.
Well, Kyoko does have one braid on the side. By the way, I've always kind of liked that look, like flowing hair and like one braid on the side. I don't know why, I've always liked that aesthetic.
Here we are about to go to a murder mystery trial, and we're talking about hair.
I was opening it once
Fantastic.
again. Why the fuck are we in an Egyptian tomb?
Just the six of you, huh? Really? That's so few. You must be so lonely.
You say that like it's not your fault that we're all that's left.
I wonder, would the class trial end with one less classmate again? Or... Well, your school life comes to an end completely.
Now then.
Are you ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats.
And so the curtain opened up for the fourth time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly face. Deadly, 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 deadly,
Diddly die, an actor's life for me.
Alright, saving. I'm gonna go ahead and save it right here.
I couldn't go to acting school, so I decided to settle for one.
Envious influence increases the influence gauge by 5.
Effective during the class trial.
Yeah, and then extraordinary focus increases the focus gauge by 2.
I think we might actually have to lose something in
Yeah.
order to get it.
Increase the time limit for each phase? Eh.
I feel greedy. Like if I lose anything, I'll be losing out on something.
Do we have anything else?
Neural loop.
Neural liberation. Yeah. Alright, I think we're good. That will actually boot that, I was actually looking for that envious influence because that really boosts our HP.
All right. Just want to point this out. Whose is Lost in Thought? Like who gave us Lost in Thought?
Probably Hero. Either that or Kyoko.
I don't think it was Kyoko.
No, I don't think we got it.
Doesn't seem like her style.
Well, we haven't gotten anything from Hina, I don't think. Melodious voice we got from Sayaka. Anyway.
Whoa, what's that scrolling at the bottom? I just noticed that. Multiple subjects murdered in the locked room. If anyone was likely to survive, it was Sakura. And yet... ...
Dot.
A review by Axman 13. Anyway, trial!
All rise!
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Whoa, deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you. I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
You, I believe.
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Well, if it's coming from Hiro, it
Yes.
is stupid.
Hina seems really sure that one of these three is the killer, but she must have reason for believing that. Alright. First one, if I recall right. Oh, we only got one bullet.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that
I know who that
That
one's
doesn't
saying.
make any
Or
sense.
who that one's from.
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
That's low.
Oh,
That's about
sorry, that was
as
the one I
low
needed to
as-
hit. I'm sorry.
Well, we got time.
Alright, sure she mentioned it before.
It was one of you. One of you killed.
And what reason do you...
Because
All right,
you
wait, wait, wait,
hated her.
Is that it?
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
Sorry, I'm used to V3's trials, and they are a lot more frenetic.
Another
All
reason
right.
you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. If there's good reason to suspect all three of them. And does that mean one of them did it? Curious and curious and curious.
Pocket trash.
Who is that for, I
Sakura
wonder?
wanted to meet with all three of them. There's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I
Fuck you.
never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
No, that's wrong.
The pocket trash says otherwise.
Hmm.
Why do you think that?
Hiro,
Let's
when
see
we
where
were
it goes.
talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
But
well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right. Because Sakura could only have gotten that candy after the incident in the nurse's office. The reason I'd like to know is... when Sakura got the candy.
I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was, oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Why the sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all! I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me!
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious!
More hostile.
It's not just normal hostility! You're the real culprit! I even have proof!
Huh? Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
Shining
At
message?
the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you
necessarily
saying?
true.
No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh?
Good point.
Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Thank you, Kyoko. Hold on. When Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message, it was on the magazine shelf.
Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense.
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
No, it doesn't, Hiro. It's about as...
We've got some contradictions here, but what do they mean?
It's about as full of holes as your head.
I don't see him dead.
His brain's practically Swiss cheese. Alright. Contradiction. Alright. This one, I recall you need to absorb a bullet. Okay.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her.
Oh shit, I missed the bullet.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Okay, he said he saw... Blah.
I can tell you
Damn it.
exactly when I
Yeah.
found the dying
Zero.
mess when
Damn
Ogre's
it.
body was discovered.
Okay, so...
When Ogre's body was
And
discovered.
I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem?
Okay.
What I said makes total sense.
Okay, so we've got the magazine shelf as our truth bullet.
Yep.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying
Alright,
message
one more time.
when Ogre's
Let's see
body
this.
was discovered.
Oh!
What's wrong?
Yeah, how could he see that? That one has actually
When
confused me
Sakura's
before.
body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
Thank you, Hina.
He's just
Thank
trying to
you.
confuse us.
Actually, can we even
Seriously,
be
did you-
sure Sakura
Does
wrote the
Monokuma
message
give
in
you
the
like a
first
stash
place?
of pots somewhere, Hiro?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
You owe me money. Actually, I owe you money. Therefore, I don't want anything to do with saving you.
Oh, guess what? We're doing one of these.
Oh, no, no.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap.
Oh god, I'm out of tempo. I can
The
barely
end is
hear it.
live. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
That shut him up.
Let's see where this goes.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
This is too easy.
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when
Shut
I
up,
got
Byakuya.
there-
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well.
Okay.
Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy.
Oh, sure, thanks.
That's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end
As soon as I
everything.
heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
I would like to point out something.
Yes?
I had been talking to Zero beforehand, and I wanted to say that the exact words that I used to describe the dying message in the magazine was half-assed. And I am ashamed to admit
that you didn't realize it was Hiro!
that I didn't even think that Hiro would be the dumbass who would do that. Wow!
You thought he was too dumb to kill. Or at least attempt.
That fucker! That fucker!
What happened? Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No,
But there's still a
I
lot
think
more
there's
evidence
more
to go.
Hiro's
Thank
story.
you, Kyoko.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain, and until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it that Hiro said that doesn't make sense?
Why the magazine was
I
hidden?
got it.
It was on a
That's
magazine
true.
rack. He said it was on the
Everything you
table.
just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message? Then stick it somewhere we might not find it.
Oh. Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then, he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Someone who didn't like what had been written.
I got it! It had to be Toko,
This case
right?
is getting more and more complicated.
Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room? Why would I have... Wait! What's more important? That doesn't even matter! We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it!
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro,
The second
tell
strike
us
to
what
her
happened
head.
one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
Nope, we haven't reached the end, and I have to prove that.
We're 25 minutes in.
It's too early.
This is too early. Oh, look at all those dead faces.
I
Alright.
didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby.
Okay.
And I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
No, that's wrong.
Kyoko,
Found evidence of 2 hits.
yes.
If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Huh? 2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves.
Ah, the reason
There's
why they
something
weighed
very
more was
suspicious about
because
those bottles.
there was debris from 2 bottles.
Yep.
Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf. And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Given that both me and Legend were members of the chess club back in the day.
Okay, so let's go ahead and spell it out. We found the knight piece. We have a bishop, a pawn, and a king piece. So what's missing is the queen.
Yep. So we gotta do a hangman's gambit to get chess pieces, basically. If I recall right. Chess piece.
There was a P.
No, it has to go in order.
Ah, okay.
CHE. S.
There it is.
What?
There's a fly in here.
P.
Up there. Yeah, good.
CIC. Oh,
S and E. E. There you go. Now you get it.
derp.
Now
I can't spell.
understand.
I'm a doof.
I before E,
That's it.
except after
Chess
C.
pieces.
Yeah, that's true.
Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
Where's
I
the
guess
queen?
you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight...
We're just
bishop,
repeating.
and
We're about a half a step ahead of them all, aren't we?
Yep, and I should also note that she listed them
What
from
was left intact
most
of the
important
crime
to least
scene were the
important.
king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4.
Do you consider the queen an important piece, Legend?
Depends on how
And
good
on
you
the
are without
ground
her.
was the knight.
Oh,
I
God.
don't mean this in an insensitive manner, but there are people who have sacrificed the use of their
So the
queen
queen is missing.
for victory and succeeded.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does Chaz have to do with anything?
Yeah,
Everything!
is way better.
Fuck off!
Wait, no, that's not what I mean.
I haven't played Shogi, so I can't speak
So,
from experience.
let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That
Oh,
bottle
ye
could
of
have
weak and
disappeared
fragile
any time
intellect.
Before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Gee, it was broken.
The bottle must have been broken,
What makes you so sure?
because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
It's our little weight experiment. Where is that?
There.
I got it!
This
Kyoko and I
is
did
going a little too
experiment.
smoothly, huh?
We compared the
Well,
weight
there's
of the
already
broken
been a
bottle
couple of
pieces at
years
the
ago.
scene
Yeah.
with one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone
Okay.
did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But
She's got a point.
why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
It would have been revealed that there was a second attacker.
The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle.
Oh,
Given all
no.
the evidence, this
Legend,
is the only
the
possible-
gear.
Damn you, Agatha Christie!
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack.
I guess I'll leave it at that and just we'll continue on.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait, I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
I am calling bullshit on so many fucking levels right now
Hero?
that I won't be able to call loud enough unless I have unless I'm doing the Bart Simpson 10 megaphones in a row bullshit.
I just remembered something that
God, that would just be feedback central.
Yep. And hang on, did I say Homer Simpson or Bart Simpson?
Bart Simpson, I think.
Okay, it was Bart Simpson. If I said Homer, I rescind that.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You
Pretty
did?
soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I
Why didn't you
assumed
say
Toko
anything
was
about it?
Still in there, so I figured
Because he's a
everything would
dumbass?
be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Or
Oh.
hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Whoa, why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
Not ridiculous at all. I need proof to show that Toko was hiding in the rec room. And I have it. She left it here for everyone to find. Oh God, absolutely. So far, you've probably been pressing the triangle button during the final strike without a second thought.
Oh no!
Pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. You will have to choose the proper truth bullet to do your coup de grace.
The coup de grace.
Coup de grace.
Select it the same
Where
way
you
during-
win the non-stop debate with the L button. Also, like the debate, if your logic difficulty is set to kind, you have fewer bullets to choose from. But for educational purposes, we're going to pretend you're set to mean regardless just this once, okay? Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. Go you!
Who is this narrator?
Well then, good luck and have fun.
Who is this narrator? Who's telling the story? I need to know.
Alright.
It's a lie!
Boom,
I
boom,
did
boom,
nothing.
boom,
I
boom,
hate
boom,
you.
boom.
I
Recharge.
curse you.
Okay, I actually forgot how to, lock on, attack. Oh,
No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you.
The phantom of the opera is there.
sorry, I really forgot how to do this.
It's a lie! That's enough!
Okay. Locker handprint.
This should prove it.
Oh, she's foaming at the mouth again.
Break!
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we?
Oops, sorry.
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay.
Why don't we just have her... Why don't we just have... Well, right. Byakuya doesn't like to cooperate.
Yeah.
Fuck.
She just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura! No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Up again.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went
It's
to
like,
the rec room.
whip, speak slave.
I didn't know
She
what
does
she
call
would
him
do if I
master.
didn't go.
Yeah.
But I was too scared to.
Did I mention that in Ultra Despair Girls, Toko has BDSM fantasies of Byakuya getting whipped?
Moving on.
Just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yeah, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
No shit, Sherlock!
I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back, upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura? After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw that blood, I fainted. Right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Uh-oh.
Guess who's back?
Yes!
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories.
Fuck. Remember this for later.
I can't really say what was going on, but I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me away. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see.
Here we go again.
Everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible. No, she's terrible. Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected
Oh,
the pieces
this
of the
case.
bottle to get rid of the evidence.
Neither of them did it.
No.
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Well, you would be if you got a blow to the fucking head.
Come on.
Yeah.
You know, but anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
So that's good. Keep talking like that, and Ina's going to...
That's that. Let's start the vote.
Huh? I thought for sure she would have had some word for Hero on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right?
She keeps
Let's
pushing
do
the
this.
vote.
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd. Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it. Tell us your
wasn't?
story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
My God! It's not over yet, is it? I think I just realized why this case is so complicated. We
Yeah.
have two people who think they done it.
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
No, that's wrong.
Remember where her body was.
Yeah.
Legends figured it out, hasn't he?
Upright in a chair.
No, I'm just having a bit of an
Nobody knows
aneurysm.
the cause of death. There's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure?
I didn't do it. Wait.
She was sitting in the chair?
No.
I killed someone. Just no one in this building.
No, I'm sure she's
Well,
probably
everyone else who's
anyone
dead
who saw the murder
in a
scene
trial
felt
has
the
been
same
largely due to my actions, so...
That's... The evidence that proved the attack was in front of the magazine shelf was the magazine shelf bloodstain.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors.
I believe that. I don't...
You don't believe that.
How the hell does she embed scissors in the concrete to prop up people's bodies?
Well, don't you know? All she has to do is smash it with the hammer! Oh, God.
Found heavyweight like that.
Then
Then
what's
again,
the
she
deal?
her targets were
Well,
usually
are
younger
you still
boys,
convinced
if I'm
the
not
case
mistaken.
is coming?
Basically, hot boys, hot B-shonens like beyond. Do it, Toko. Do it for
Biggest mystery
justice.
of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up.
We
and
can't
opened the
say that
door?
for sure
While
because
everything was
Toko
confused,
actually
She just snuck out
there
of
was
the
no one
locker
in the
into
locker.
room.
The door was open.
No, I don't think that's possible.
I saw it for myself.
Even
The locker was open.
The door to the rec room. Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very
much?
She looks cute when she's not trying to murder us.
Even with the tongue hanging out?
The tongue is just... I won't say it. I'm not going to say it. I think I've already made the Kiss concert reference. But there's other references I could be making here that would be much, much crazier. Anyway, moving along.
I think Leo... Sorry. I think Leo would be saying she could give a guy one hell of a BJ.
Yeah, I was trying to
Avoid that.
but,
No.
well, I guess we're just going to leave that hanging out in the open.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? Another possible explanation, maybe it was...
We've got Monokuma file number 4, Aoi's account, and yellow powder.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot.
Nope.
What's wrong?
The Monokuma file stated otherwise. She vomited up blood.
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottle, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
I'm coming from the serial killer.
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of
something deep
reaction within
inside.
her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
I was actually inclined to agree with Yaki.
Weak in the knees! She was poisoned?
Okay.
It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
Dumbass.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Bottle poison. You got it. In Section A.
The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? But you just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
Couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and
Master!
we were so shocked at what we were seeing, we all could just stand there and watch. It was the most natural thing in the world. Byakuya was calm as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
Fun fact, in the anime version of this, Toko was asking Byakuya to spit it up all over her.
Flavor certainly
Well,
makes it hard to
then.
spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm
They switched the
talking
labels.
about the protein, of course.
Protein?
No.
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
Or they switched the contents of the two bottles.
Yep.
Yep.
Another Hangman's Gambit.
Oh gosh!
Protein drink. E-R-O-T-E. Where's knee? N? Give me an N.
Oh man.
E-R-I? Protein drink.
Now I understand.
Keep in mind, the Chem Lab bottle has A2 on it.
The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
I got it!
Yep.
You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained the deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
That's a bit
What was
weird.
offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
What we found in front of the shelf.
Footprints in the powder.
I got it!
Yep.
The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me. The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then Ogre's killer was...
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
Legend?
Yeah.
Just
I
as
called
I
it.
suspected. The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Makoto and Hina.
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
Simple process of elimination as well.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. We saw this already.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Yep.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole
Yep.
time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Hina, is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink, but when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
There's...
And then she downed it all at once. And then
Hold it. I'm not convinced.
Yeah. Neither am I. How did we set up that damn room?
Yeah, that's the big issue, isn't it?
You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves, just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Alrighty
Are
then.
you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina,
Yep.
if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
well, that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Uh-oh.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
I like the fact that Miyaki is
And if I
sweating.
do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious, too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail?
Where's the nearest wall? I need to smash my head against it.
Legend, no. Let me get you a pillow to scream into. Pillow to scream into. Sometimes, guys, I really wish we had a face cam for this shit because I love seeing Legend's expressions during this.
That doesn't matter.
Use your imaginations.
Head pillow.
Please.
Use your imaginations. You had to make that into a freaking innuendo.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder. And that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
Why?
A little strange, don't you
Can
think?
repeat that series?